Kim Gardner is the district attorney in St. Louis. She is a Soros-funded DA. The sad truth is that many of our cities are now under the control of these Soros-funded DAs. The worst DAs, they're pro-criminal. They don't prosecute a lot of crimes. They even let very bad guys out on the street. Sometimes they go on to do bad things again. And this is what Soros is paying for. Evidently, this is what Soros wants. And Kim Gardner is one of Soros's kind of bought and paid for DAs. And she has been acting consistent with the Soros DA MO, and that is to say that she has been seeing crime rise, and she has been taking the side of the criminal. She throws out court cases because she says the cops are racist. Homicide and car thefts in St. Louis are not only rival other cities, but they rival third world cities. There was a horrific crime in February. A repeat offender was let out on bail multiple times, and he goes on to run his car into a young teen volleyball sensation who lost both of her legs as she was walking home from a volleyball tournament. The guy, Daniel Riley, had violated his bond over 100 times and is still roaming the streets of St. Louis. Now, the authorities have decided this is enough, and it's time to get rid of Kim Gardner. And so the Missouri Attorney General has filed a case basically saying that this woman is deliberately negligent of her duties. And that, by the way, is grounds for removal. So the case has now gone to court. Kim Gardner tried to have the case dismissed, but the judge said no. The judge said that there is cause here to move forward with the case. Now, it's not enough to show that Kim Gardner is incompetent. Because, of course, if that were the standard, 2/3 of our public officials would be removed. They are not doing their job. Not doing your job is not enough. You have to be willfully not doing your job. And there's plenty of evidence that Kim Gardner actively pulls prosecutors off cases. Many times when cases go to trial, the lawyers from the DA's office, from her office, don't even show up. And so the case then gets dismissed and the bad guy gets out on the street. So this is the way that Kim Gardner operates. And it seems to be quite obviously by design. But there's an interesting new wrinkle that has now surfaced that I want to mention. And that is that evidently Kim Gardner, even as she is the DA of St. Louis, has been trying to move into a career in healthcare. So the acting DA of St. Louis is evidently taking classes in the healthcare profession. Now, when this was brought up in the case, like, what the heck? You're supposed to be devoting your full-time duties to this job, but you're enrolled apparently in a full program of healthcare. And Kim Gardner, unbelievably, makes the statement that I'm not quoting it because it's so funny. Circuit Attorney Gardner believes the issues in our criminal justice system often relate to our broken healthcare system. So she's basically saying, I'm taking classes to enter the healthcare profession because it's related to my job. It's job related, guys. It's part of what DAs do.
Not a social worker.
Yeah, that's right. It's So this woman, it seems to me, is wicked, corrupt, and incompetent all at the same time. The incompetence, though, here is by design. It's not the incompetence of I don't know how to show up in court. I don't know how to push forward these prosecutions. It's that I don't want to. And I don't know, again, if the evil incarnate himself, Soros, is whispering into her ear. I don't think Soros these days communicates directly with people, but his son is very active. And Soros sends his money through a plethora of intermediate groups. So Soros gives money to this group, and this group then gives money to Alvin Bragg. Soros gives money to this group, and this group gives money to Kim Gardner. All the money, in a sense, is a flow-through type of investment. And it's an investment in what? what? The destruction of our cities. Evidently, Democrats have come to believe, or at least the Democratic left, that the destruction of our cities is a good thing. Emboldening criminals is a good thing. And you can see the effect of this in cities like St. Louis, which is largely ruined, Detroit, which is where home property values now are no greater than they were in many neighborhoods 50 years ago. San Francisco, I'll talk about this perhaps next week. In a segment, San Francisco is essentially unwinding with large acres and acres of office buildings now with very low occupancy. People are moving out. Very difficult to get rentals in San Francisco. Very difficult to fill rental apartments. So this is how Democrats are, and people who vote for Democrats are, in a sense, getting what they voted for. But it looks like because Missouri is a red state, the Attorney General is trying to do something about this, is using his power to take this to court. That's a very good thing. By the way, that's a lesson for the Attorney General of Texas, the Attorney General in Florida, the Attorney General in many of the other red states. If you have Soros-funded DAs who are not doing their job, take them to court.